So, Peter, what was the hardest skill for you to learn as a voice actor?
Saying no to monster voices. Literally. I talked to a singer one time, and she asked me what I did, and I told her I do cartoons, and I said I do everything from, ruining my voice to stretching it. And she said, "How can you do that?" I said, "I don't know, but every time I do it, another voice comes out." It's true. And I would stretch my voice, and my voice got lower and lower over the years, and partly due to I would have to do things like gee, I hate doing that. And it just got lower. But I stopped doing it, and it just concentrated on air and sound and resonance and vibration and all that stuff. So I don't know if that answers the question. It certainly confused me. How do you understand this guy? Shut up. Don't tell me.
So one of the things we love, Peter, is just hearing some old stories. So I'm wondering if you have some favorite memories from the recording booth while filming Transformers or while doing Transformers in the 80s.
Yeah. I wish Frank were here because Frank has, tons of stories. The ones that I like to tell are, back in those days, for example, you could smoke in the studio while you were recording. Can you imagine that? I mean, I can't. I mean, those days were unrestricted, We were following the rules of barbarians for that fact. But I remember one time a guy threw a cigarette into the waste paper basket, and then it caught fire after we were halfway through, one of the acts, We go, "What's that?" "The pail's on fire!" And it was, and we had to close the studio down, take the bucket outside, all that stuff, wait for the smoke to clear. And I guess shortly after that, there was no more smoking in the studio. But that was the Transformers, and that was one of them. Of course, Frank would be capable of putting me into another time zone just by doing sound effects. When he sat next to me, he would do things that nobody else could hear, but he would do a leaky faucet. And you'd go, hang on, so there's a noise coming in. Are you hearing that in the studio? We don't hear it. And I look over there, be frank. Oh, Frank could do it. He could do sounds. He still can. But he's not here, so I can say this, okay? Yeah, Frank would make me laugh uncontrollably sometimes. Chris Latta, he played Starscream, and he was over the top. Oh, man, boy, and he would get himself into that character, and there'd be beads of sweat rolling down his face, his shirt would get wet, and you go, he's going to have a heart attack for Christ's sake. There were so many great actors in the studio that would, half the time, you'd be going, wow, did he just do that, And of course, you'd have to do multiple voices and then layers of it, because you'd have to make a crowd, and the crowd scene would have to have another layer, and then, okay, say, all right, we want just high voices now, like that. You just done, okay, now do, maybe some dogs, and all that happened. Laughing and just out of control stupidity. It was just fun. We had a lot of fun. That's it, fun.
Fun.
That's it, fun. We had fun.